Hello there. Okay, so interestingly enough, I've just found myself doing just a brief little update on the 1GD FTV Hilux of mine, and I've walked in and watched a guy's video, which is quite credible, except for the comparison of the vehicle he compared it to, being a Toyota Camry, which are known to be bulletproof and go forever. I think my brother's daughter still owns one from. It must be coming up. You must be heading towards the million K mark. I'm not kidding. But anyway, it was the whole. And I'm gonna have a crack. I'm gonna have a crack at a slightly long form video here, and then clip it back to a short, which is pushing the boundaries for me because I'm not exactly. Well, I've failed at long form, to be honest. But anyway, okay. So I walked into this video being how titled, how are Aussies affording $80,000 utes, basically. And my brain is going in so many different directions because I want to talk about negative equity later, and we can talk about negative equity with cars and houses and God knows what. But I'm just going to actually break down the maths and be completely honest about my situation because I think I might reflect potentially. I mean, I'm a little bit different. I'm the single dad, was the sole trader, single guy. Been single for, God, I don't know, 13 odd years. So I'm the one-man band. But the breakdown of my car, for instance, was like, so I walk in not intending to buy, like, a 50 odd K high rider SR4. I just literally had been hiring at the time based on the situation I was in, and I was looking pretty good on paper because I could show that I'd been hiring a car at a total of about $450 over 7 days. The thing was like petrol and like 2.7 litre. I'm not going to go into the car itself, but it was 4-cylinder 2.7 litre, which was just smashing fuel and ridiculous. So I just happened to look into, I wonder what one of these would go for in a diesel. Next thing I get asked to come down and was shown some cars and thought, screw it, I'd never owned something really nice in my life in the way of a car. It was the first brand new car I'd ever owned. So close to it. Basically what happened with me was I walk into a car. Now straight off the bat I'd done alright because credit rating was pretty good at the time, primarily because scrap was pumping, and I want to make that quite clear. But I was offered a 63k SR4 high rider, really entry level. We're not talking GR. So 63k car. I ended up getting it for 57 with basically 4Ks on it, 4,000k on it, and saved 5k. So got it for 57. Now the reality is I can't even remember. I think I've paid 2 or 3k deposit. But I mean, the reality is, I keep saying the reality is, the big picture is, it was over, say, 5 years. So I worked out roughly I was going to pay back round about, I think, about 83. So you're talking a big chunk. But what I have, look, I mean, I could go into so much detail in this direction, that direction, but the reality is that I'm a good chunk into the car. But like they say online, you need to realise that when you first start buying that car in the first year and a half, you're really just paying off the interest. And it's only once you get a fair way into it that you're starting to knock away at the principal. Now, after crunching numbers, because this video could go forever and it can't, after crunching numbers, what I have realised is I've got to smash the balloon down, even though it's a lease. It's not a rent. It's not a loan. It's a lease. But even still being a lease, I've got to. So what I've worked out is at some point I need to start adding an extra $50 per payment. Because I walked into this, by the way, at about 9.5% interest rate. So I've worked out that as soon as possible I need to start adding an extra $50 a week to my payment, because essentially it'll take the big balloon, dare I say what the balloon is, I don't think I really want to, but it's going to take it down by 3k over a year. And what that's then going to mean is I can potentially pay the car off within the 5 years. And if I can get to that last year and potentially start turning over pretty serious money, in an ideal world, I'm not saying it's going to be real, but in an ideal world, I want to be smashing payments, like huge payments, like $500 a week on the thing, because the incentive will be there to get it paid off that year, as in paid outright. I own the car, flat chat, from word go, being within 5 years. That's the basic breakdown. I'll leave it at that. Have a great night. Please subscribe. Bye.